Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We are back with X-Men 97, Season 1, Episode 9. Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, we learned about Bastion's backstory and just growing up. It really reminded me of Man of Steel. He said he became the hero, like a fish out of water, like being different from everyone else. And it's, I don't say tragic, but just having kind of a really bad upbringing. His father was infected with the Sentinel virus, and they had him, but it was a virus from the future. So I'm just wondering, is it a loop where like the virus is from the future because some guy was infected in the past, and then they sent that from the future, they sent that to the past to infect the guy, kind of like a Terminator?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's like that.
I don't know. I don't know.
At first I thought it was...
Bastion, to be honest with you, he said basically that he's a product of his environment. You have to wonder, like, you talked about, what were they called? I
always feel like people say that in a way to...
With justification.
To justify their actions. I'm not saying it's not true.
I think it's
more true now than I did when I was younger.
I feel as we get older, though, we tend to, and I'm saying this in the politest of ways, I feel that way about myself too, but we get lazy with how we describe things, about how occurrences happen.
Yeah.
So we'll say, well, it's just part of his time. Not have time to think about it, discuss the fucking details.
Yeah.
But the point is, though, that you ultimately have a choice.
Yes.
I'm playing the cards I was dealt.
Yeah, what basically means is like I am the way I am,
there is truth
and
to
I
that.
Can't and won't grow.
There is truth to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you are given the cards you were dealt, but you can play the cards, you can play your hand. Like, if you're talking about strictly that analogy with poker players, like, they can bluff on a shit hand and get ahead.
Yeah.
If you know how to play the game. It's not just about the cards, it's about the people. And that's how it is with life and people and the world.
You know what I thought would have been a good storyline? I'm not saying it's better or worse, but when they sent their son Nathan to the future, he was infected with that virus in the present. They sent him to the future, and he ended up infecting everyone in the future. Yeah. That's what I thought it was going to be.
We might still find that out.
I mean, it could still be a thing, yeah, because I was wondering, how do you get cured?
No, because everyone in the present had it.
Yeah, but because they sent it from the future.
They could maximize it by sending the virus into the future, but everyone in the present, when they had this, last episode,
what if they sent them
they literally, like, all these people have been dipped, like, physically altered. So they're saying that these people were physically altered.
But they did that because
they could say that Nathan was sent into the future and made it worse.
Or what if they sent to the future and then they cured him, they extracted that from his blood, and then they sent it to the past and it affected his dad, and then they had him, and then as he grew up, he just took what he was infected with.
So it's basically like a flu virus, like a flu vaccine, where they give you a little bit of the virus.
Yeah. Is
what you're saying, except these fuckers all tried to kill people.
Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But it seems like right now the power grid is out worldwide. I wonder if that will be a storyline.
Magneto's EMP.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
I thought so too.
And
up there,
and Charles Xavier said to me, my X-Men, and it was
up there is Skimpies in the Arctic.
Yeah,
just fucking like enough.
Yeah, when he said that, and like I said, I didn't grow up watching at all the original until like right before I watched this show, and it was just emotional when he said to me, my X-Men. It was awesome. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, check us out on Patreon to see our full length and early access. Let's jump in. Oh, he knows. Gonna break out the red and purple.
Get the cool outfit back on, at least.
Oh, they're all dead. What do you expect, dude? Ooh. See, how's he gonna get around? You know?
Holes in the floor. You're fucked. Oh, she's standing. Those hips.
Yeah.
The world is going to end in 12 hours, so you two better make this fast.
Magneto, sir? Really? What did you expect was going to happen when you tossed him to school?
I wanted you two to be free.
It wasn't his fault.
I wanted to spare you the weight of your loyalty to me. You, both of you, have done everything I have asked. You were my first students, And you graduated a long time ago.
And what would freedom have gotten us? I still would have had to send Nathan to the future. I'd still be pulled into dealing with Bastion or Magneto or whoever else threatened
That's why
the
it wasn't
world.
his fault.
No matter what, I'll always end up here.
That was my fear. From the moment I first met you, that you would help build a world where mutants could live however they wish, but that you would never allow yourself to enjoy it. Perhaps that was a mistake, because just like you, I'm right back here.
You just can't really blame him.
No.
For one thing, you literally can't because he just wasn't here, and it wasn't Eric's fault.
My thing is that he's a human, like,
Yeah.
as much as he is a mutant,
Yeah.
and he has very human experiences.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been run over by a hay baler fixed with a jet engine.
Much has happened, Fräulein. Trask survived. And so did...
Remy?
Not him.
No, Fräulein. Nein.
Nein, Fräulein.
Roro, you're back! Your powers.
Restored, thanks to Forge.
Please.
Your augmented prosthetics remained functional despite Magneto's blackout.
Rigged together an electrostatic deflector ages ago.
Oh, me, oh my. How, my friend?
Thought about it?
This was our home, a haven. If it is this horrible here, how bad is it out there?
All first world infrastructures are in ruin.
First world.
I can feel the Earth's magnetic field dying even now. When the sun sets tonight, it sets on the future.
What?
Good.
I need to find Magneto and convince him to reverse the damage to Earth before it becomes permanent.
Well, Magneto ain't gonna change his mind just because we say please. His day ends one way.
If you must punish someone for today, then start with me. I brought us here, my X-Men. Do not make Magnus pay for my designs.
Rogue, you're going with me and Blue Team to find Magneto. Storm and Jean will lead Gold Team to shut down Bastion at his headquarters in the Galapagos Islands.
Have we figured out...
Yes!
Not the tortoises.
Forge and I believe we can restore the Prime Sentinel's innate humanity.
Hold up.
Really?
These guys hated us. Unplug them from Bastion. But then what?
Sounds like just another day that ends in Y when you put it that way.
Precisely. And we face it as we always have, as a family.
The Prime Sentinels are controlled by a central command server.
Bastion is the command server. When I first founded the school, I visited Sebastian's mother. Cerebro had detected him, so I assumed he was a mutant. His mother slammed the door when she heard the word. Once Bastion is no longer a threat, I believe Magnus will be open to turning the power back on.
Well, didn't you also believe it was a good idea to hand the bad guy your school?
That's enough.
It still was a good idea.
Yeah, it was.
Let's get to work, team.
Impress me.
I imagine there's going to be something more epic. Let's get to work. And there's...
And this mnemonic scrambler shut down Jean's powers when she was the Dark Phoenix.
So we calibrate the scrambler to Bastion's frequency and sever his hold over the primes.
If Bastion's abilities operate like our mutations, we can use neutralizer technology to permanently disable his control of Prime Sentinels.
Okay, no neutralizer technology.
Storm would have to see the benefit of...
I just kill him.
Remy was the most Cajun man I ever met. As much as he wanted to escape the bayou, he knew our lives are about what bits of us we leave behind and what we carry into the future. Maybe if you saw us as people and not students, you'd have realized that.
I'm so sorry, Rogue. Nothing spoken can heal this pain.
Oh.
Raise that island out of the fucking water.
Yeah, you're right.
Looks like the search came to us.
What's he gonna do?
Not this, Magnus. There is a large asteroid hovering over my home.
Your home. When you abandoned us for your Shi'ar bird queen, you bequeathed it to me, asked me to walk your path. Are you prepared to walk mine?
You must undo the damage you've done.
Will humanity undo Genosha? Old friend, you should have seen it. It was just as you said that day in the bar. Promise. Realized. I promised a boy a future free of fear, only to watch his frightened eyes be vaporized because he believed in me. Your professor's dream is dead, so I offer a new one. A home to replace what they stole from us.
Don't do it.
Cling to this dying world, or rise to your future and look down upon this fallen pigsty planet.
We are not gods, Magnus.
Gods abandon those who believe in them. Mutants do not. Decide, my X-Men.
Rogue.
Yeah, fucking shit.
Rogue, do not turn your back on family.
You were gone, gal. None of you were there the day Genosha fell. Who dies next, Professor? I will not see any more mutants die.
Roberto.
My mom handed me over to the Prime Sentinels, Jubilee. What's left here?
Me?
The offer was made. The door is open.
I don't see how Xavier leaving Magneto to school led to Genosha.
Didn't.
If I had it my way, I'd be on Isla Marietta with you and Jean instead of space. But she's...
Not my mother.
Jean, Madeline. But what I know for certain is that they're two of the strongest people I've ever known. Trust her. And... son.
Let me guess. Be careful.
No. Give him hell.
This is a weird thing to be older than your dad, isn't it?
Am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
The Magneto protocols were drawn up for exactly this sort of crisis.
In under an hour, civilization as we know it ends. Much like
The old school outfits, man. It's freaking cool.
Yeah.
If you don't trust me, trust my X-Men.
They approach. Open the silo.
Is Cooper dead or is she still hung up?
Where she's hung up.
I mean, just having so many of those things could do the job.
It would.
How many jets have they got? That's the question.
Well, right now there's only a couple of them.
But they had...
They only pilot a couple.
We've lost 2 in this season already.
Yeah.
Forge and I will draw their focus in the air. The rest of you continue to the ground.
No, that's an army out there.
I thought of you while away, of when my sister faced her darkness and emerged. A phoenix. Believe. Not in a dream or our gifts, but in each other.
Make them mind your weather, sister.
And them weather your
She's a
mind.
great character, Storm.
That's really
Fucking
cool.
love it. Yeah.
Make them mind your weather,
Yeah.
and then weather your mind.
Yeah.
Bastion's building his own ideal future. Unfortunately, he'll have no one to share it with.
You cannot stop me and my kind.
That's great. Mm-hmm. What are the limitations on that? I wonder.
What is the sound of one hand clapping?
I love it.
I know, it's dorky as hell.
Great music.
Only I know where you end and Madeline begins.
It doesn't matter. Madeline fights with me today.
That's cool.
They always key the music perfectly, dude.
Fuck yeah.
God, bowling ball. That would hurt, dude.
And so you have chosen your side.
Oh, good. We're skipping the blabber.
You can control him too.
Can you control adamantium?
Yeah.
I don't remember. How good will Roberto be?
Thousands are dead, and more will follow unless we...
Thousands more died on Genosha. Whose lives matter more?
Hey, I'm sorry, Jubes. You okay?
What do you think was happening, dude? They're just a couple squabble.
Oh, how I've waited to say these 2 words to you, old friend. Shut up.
His helmet! I must hijack his powers to repair Earth.
What about the Prime Sentinels?
There is no time. We must trust Gold Team to neutralize Bastion.
I don't know.
That's a pretty big gamble.
Because if you gamble wrong, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Sinister, you pussy.
Morph.
Oh. Damn it. Throw it. I keep thinking he's going to use this as spikes.
How he said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've studied you, Jean. Dissected you.
Then face me. I'm shocked that such a coward hasn't abandoned Bastion yet.
I was waiting for you to bring me what I want. Look who's here. My writhing thing of chance.
Nathan, stop! Sinister's controlling you just like he controlled your mother.
My real mother was a world-class telekinetic. Stuff tends not to skip a generation.
It was a really cool animation.
It was. What are you gonna do?
You gotta choose.
Scott, I love you.
Really? So that's what you just directed at. Oh. Did he do it?
Sorry, sir. Gold Team still needs more time.
Really?
Now you have finally found the metal to do what is necessary. You are a traitor to your race.
Been in a lot of wars, bub. The brave always die first.
Finally, this feud is
Over!
What the f...
Took the adamantium from the skeleton. Woo! That's pretty powerful moments. The past couple episodes have been fucking like...
They really get me going emotionally.
Yeah, I know. It's... Damn.
God.
Like, a Cyclops?
Yeah.
Turning on Xavier?
Yeah.
Wolverine staying loyal?
Yeah.
Getting his adamantium ripped from his skeleton because of that. He goes feral after that.
Does that happen to him?
Yeah, he goes feral. He loses his shit. I mean, it's pretty fucking substantial. For lack of a better word. I mean,
how could it not,
traumatizing.
How could it not?
Traumatizing is what I'm going for.
I know he can heal, but I feel like that it would have to kill him almost. Like,
Well, think about like the process that led to him having it on him. Was like why he had trouble. If I remember right, like remembering his past.
Yeah.
And now Magneto rips it all out of him.
Yeah.
So he still has his healing factor.
Yeah.
But it traumatizes him again.
Jesus. This was such an epic episode. Now, hopefully, Magneto isn't going to die. He's just too important of a character.
Well, if he died, that'd be a really cool death.
It'd be a great death, but I
don't know how they adapt it to the cartoon is one thing.
Yeah.
But Wolverine, like, at last his feud's come to an end.
Yeah.
Just fucking...
I loved it.
Because no one there has any healing abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And Magneto's been stabbed.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I don't know.
But
maybe they're the same blood type, and he's giving some of his blood. I don't know.
But I didn't take too many notes. I started to, and then I got caught up in the episode. And
That's a good. It's a good episode that does that. The idea of Rogue going with Magneto, I see it. It kind of makes sense for.
I'm still pissed off about what happened to Remy.
Yeah, it makes sense for a character. So our question is, at least I'll speak for myself, I should say. Like, if they're looking at this logically, I understand, like, Eric saying, okay, I took a break from my war, and then this happened.
No, you mean Charles.
Well, I know, but, like, Magneto took a break from his war to embrace Charles's ideology of peace. Okay. And then this happened during that happening. Mm-hmm. But Charles getting killed, or almost getting killed, in his mind transporting away, and then putting Magneto in charge. Magneto had nothing. Being in charge didn't directly cause Bastion's actions.
No, it didn't.
Not directly. Now, you could say, like, well, because I was doing this, I wasn't able to protect that. Mm-hmm. But, like, I think you can't swing the hammer of blame directly on Charles for all this. That's just my...
if you're going to blame either of them, you can blame Charles, because Magneto who he was before all that. Charles just gave up his post and said, maybe if I died, that'd be enough to be impactful enough on Magneto.
Yeah.
And I left him everything I had.
Yeah.
To help him change. And Charles thought, as in the human thoughts that a person would have, that I can go and actually be happy and not be saddled with all this shit.
Yeah.
So he went there, he thought he'd be happy, and turns out the same shit was happening there.
Yeah.
Under different pretenses.
Yeah.
People are just that way.
Yeah.
And that's the reality we live in.
I get why Magneto is what he is. I understand why he's angry. Yeah, I guess to me, I still feel like Bastion's the one you gotta be mad at. Like, he's also operating outside the realm of how most humans are. Like, I understand, you know what I mean? Like, he's like the super threat. I get it. It's because he's seen the worst over and over and over again.
It should not be between Xavier and Magnus anymore.
Yeah, it should be both of them against Bastion.
Yeah.
That's, and I think ultimately in episode 10, hopefully...
Well, they're saying, like, we need to be able to get this back online so we can defeat Bastion. But at the same time, it's a catch-22 because what he's doing is impairing Bastion.
Yeah.
Like, severely, because he has that many people in the works to hurt mutant kind.
Yeah.
So...
And if he reverses the magnetic field, I guess it reactivates the...
Yeah, it's kind of what it's getting at. But it's like, why would you allow that to happen? Why wouldn't you try to have a sit down first and say, hey, what can we do?
Well, they got 12 hours also before the... That's what I was trying to understand.
Before it's irreversible.
Okay, yeah. And the world ends. But it doesn't really end. It just goes back to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Which, might have happened a couple times in our
our
development.
What I'm seeing in the world today, I don't think it'd be the worst thing that would ever happen.
As long as my family is safe, it wouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Well, I get that, but at the same time,
like, how many times have humans...
in terms of the whole?
Yeah. How many times have humanity gone through bottleneck events? We know a few times because of just genetic diversity. There is not a lot of genetic diversity amongst humans. Mm-hmm. There's actually very little. Mm-hmm. There are families of cousins of chimps that they're more diverse than like the most diverse humans.
It's crazy to think.
Even though they're related by blood.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But they did mention the Galapagos Islands.
What?
So I'm really glad about that.
You were very happy about it.
I was. We had a black leather reference, which, when you go back to like 2000 or whatever, when this movie came out, when the X-Men came out, it would have been so weird to have those outfits. But then you see Hugh Jackman in it, and he looks great.
We've come a long way.
We have. Yeah. I mean, I loved it. I loved the fighting. I loved the emotion. And it was just an incredible episode.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think it's great to see them in their old outfits.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we're watching this together. I almost, we almost didn't do it. And I was talking to you, and I was like, I want to do it, but like I need to rewatch. I need to watch for the first time some of some of the previous seasons. So it's one of the best shows we've done. Like, it's so good and so surprisingly good.
It is.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, if you don't want to wait for the finale, it's on Patreon right now. So it's a good way to support us, and that's it. We appreciate it. See you next time.